Pokemon Platinum is known for being, well, a Pokemon game, and those are generally regarded as JRPGs on the easier side of gaming. The games are great for beginnerlings and are great to getting people into the JRPG genre, which is a reason why I decided to challenge myself to do weird and not so unique at times challenges for all the generations, because I thought it was a good way to go back to the Pokemon franchise without feeling too bored of the games. And honestly also a good way to get hyped up for Gen 10. I decided to start with a Pokemon Platinum game because, well, it's a very nostalgic game for me, and I sure hope that nostalgia won't get ruined with this challenge, where I try to beat this game with a team of my favorite Pokemon. Glaceon, it's just a team of only Glaceon. Before we really start, I wanna get some things straight. The game is not modded and only cheats are being used to get through this playthrough. I won't be grinding, but will be using rare candies. The max level of the Pokemon will be the lowest level of the next gym. If I can't beat it at that level, I just increase the level by 2 until I can beat the gym. Another cheat I will use is to change the starter Pokemon to Glaceon and be able to catch Glaceon in the wild with a 100% catch rate. Lastly, I use a cheat to be able to teach Glaceon all TMs and HMs, but I will only be using it for the HMs, because otherwise I get softlocked. I also speed up the game because it's Pokemon Platinum. Anyway, that's enough of this intro, it's time to get started. The challenge starts with me naming myself Math, because that's like half of my name. And secondly, I name my rival Gold, after the pristine YouTuber the Goldsmith. After some exposition and tomfoolery, we can finally pick our starter Pokemon. I picked Turtwig, because he's the worst of the bunch and because, well, Glaceon is tied to him. I would normally pick the right choice, Piplup, but I can't for this challenge. Glaceon starts with the moves Helping Hand, Tail Whip and Tackle. Gold also picked Turtwig. Fool, and keeps using Withdrawal, which puts us in an almost endless loop of withdrawing and tail whipping. I bet him to and make my way to Sandgem Town, where I name my Glaceon Turtwig, because I technically picked Turtwig. When I finally get to the catching tutorial, I decide to catch my first other Glaceon and name them Onyu, after my first viewer, mod and friend. No, he was not my first friend. After which we get to a city with a bunch of weirdos and clowns we have to talk to, and honestly it's not even that interesting, so we make our way further to Orberg City, where we catch our third Glaceon and name them Lids, another YouTuber you should be watching, named The Lids. Oh yeah, we also bet up gold, but that's nothing new. Now it's finally time to beat up that gym. Well, after we go get him, cause he was just mining. I level up my Glaceons to level 12 and they all learn Sand Attack, which we will need, cause this is a rock gym and if you know anything about rocks, they beat ice to a pulp. So I try out my Sand Attack tactic to make me almost unhittable, and I get beaten up by his Granidos. So it's time to catch 3 more Glaceons. I name one after Skullkid Gaming, a YouTube channel you have to watch, if he ever actually decides to make more content at least. I name another after Icewet, an amazingly talented YouTuber who makes really funny content and who fails at challenges, who you should also watch because it's funny, you know. And Plush. He's also a mod and a friend, you know, and I would promote his YouTube channel if he uploaded. He was gonna come back, trust. And with a full team of 6 Glaceon, I managed to beat the first gym with like actually 1 out of 6 Pokemon left. Yeah boy, that doesn't bode well. Before we make our way to the second gym, we do a little stop at a flowery little place to beat up some Galaxy goons. The Glaceons manage to level up and learn Icy Wind, which I shouldn't explain why this will be amazing for the grass gym. Oh yeah, like there was also some story stuff, but you know, it was an ugly cat, so who cares? I make my way through a bunch of side stuff, which is definitely not that important and not really that crazy, and manage to get to the second gym, which is a grass type gym. I feel so confident with Icy Wind, I decided to not even level up my Glaceons and just bet the gym head on. And I was right to be cocky. Her level 20 Turtwig didn't stand a chance against my level 15 plush. We also meet Cynthia, who is definitely not an important character because she just studies archaeology, you know. We do some more Team Galactic side questing to get ourselves a bike and make our way to the next gym, which we definitely beat in one try. Oh. Why? Oh well, we bet her in the second try, cause Ghost Pokemon's only gimmick is confusion, so we just have to get lucky. So yeah, better in the second try, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Oh, the next one won't be fun. After way more side questing than I'm used to, we finally get to the 4th gym, where I decide to just beat up everyone to get a feel of the tactics I could use, cause it's a fighting type gym, which once again beats ice. My Glaceons also learned quick attack, which is just better than tackle. After clearing out everyone, it was time for me to face the most difficult gym yet. Oh, okay, I guess the tactic was a bit too powerful, cause wow, I did not think that I would actually beat her. Huh. After our lucky win at the 4th gym in this Pokemon Platinum Challenge with only Glaceon, we make our way to the 5th gym after doing a bit of Team Galactic destruction. But right before we could enter the gym, Gold stops us because he wants to battle. Yeah, what a fool. When will you learn? You can't beat a team full of Glaceon because you picked a worst typing starter for it. You picked the wrong choice, Gold. Once we are inside the gym, we decide to beat up everyone, so I can easily focus on the very difficult gym puzzle. I am ready for this teeny weeny water gym to go down. Oh no. It's God. Well, after a bit of luck and sand attacks, I was able to beat him on like my 3rd try. Damn, Glaceon really is one of the weakest mons out there. Once we beat the gym, we hear a bomb explode because of Team Galactic. Damn, these guys might actually be more serious than I anticipated. So you know what that means. Team Galactic side questing time. Now we make our way to a small village without a gym. How useless. We meet Cyrus there, the famous Team Galactic leader who doesn't look like it, but is 27 years old. What hating the world and work stress can do to your skin. Oh yeah, we bet him cause guess with all that work stress and pressure, he can't really concentrate on meddling. After all that, we make our way to the 6th gym. Wow, it's going fast. The 6th gym is famously known for being a steel type gym and... Oh no, that's not good. Steel type? Well, I'm glad I still have sand attack on my Glaceons. That Magneton was brutal though, but I was honestly lucky enough to make my way through this battle on the 2nd try, when I of course leveled up my Pokemon by 2 levels. This was quite the endeavor. For the 7th gym, we first have to go to each lake in Sinnoh because, well, Team Galactic couldn't keep their dirty hands off those legendary Pokemon. For the final lake, we do have to beat up the 7th gym because, well, it's really not that urgent to go save those legendary Pokemon from being kidnapped. That could only imply that it's really nothing world ending, you know? Of course, since the 7th gym is an ice type gym, it's very easy to beat her up. Wait. Did I just get hit by my own evasion tactics? Dang it! 2nd try is always the charm apparently. We can finally use rock climb. Where the HM is still a mystery, so I decided to look it up and realize it's in some obscure place you can easily miss. Because of course it is! We come across Gold who lost fashionably because of course he did. We make our way to the Team Galactic hideout to storm this big house and get ready to spend like a whole hour in this building because the last organization hideouts are always so big in Pokemon games. Oh. That's it? Oh, okay. I bet up Cyrus again, quite easily, and think that I'm done with Pokemon battles. I was wrong if you hadn't seen that joke coming. I also lost that battle cause I was not prepared. He didn't get me the 2nd time though. Honestly, I can feel it. The ending is in sight. After beating up the not so big Team Galactic main headquarters, it's time to go mountain climbing. Well, at least not before I spend my hard earned money on some max repels. I'm going to go through a cave after all. You all understand why I bought them, right? Either way, as I make my way through Coronet mountain, I come across many Team Galactic members. Well, many. still a Pokemon game and this dungeon is still peanuts, we make our way to the top and are ready to fight Cyrus, because he wants to end the world. Really puts into perspective how if we didn't actually waste any time on battling that 7th gym leader, we could have prevented all of this. But first we get hit by a children's first jump scare. This is followed by Cynthia joining us at the peak of the mountain and Cyrus being gone. I honestly don't know what she's doing here. It doesn't really make any sense. She's just a side character. We then proceed to go into what might be a dangerous portal, but we are 10, so we don't actually know any better. In the distortion world there are no encounter Pokemon and the only interesting thing we have to do is the strength puzzle. Because like, yeah, they had to put something here, you know. We then proceed to beat up Cyrus in like a few tries, cause I'm not gonna lie, that Houndoom with a flamethrower, he kinda killed all my Glaceons. I also proceed to skiff my way through this battle by using many items. This is possible because Pokemon games generally have a 4 out of 10 gameplay. Oh yeah, we decide to defeat Giratina because, you know, we don't actually have to catch him and, you know, he's just a big pushover because he's dragon type. So yeah, we did that. After all that fun side questing, we make our way to the 8th and final gym. This is an electric type gym, so I'm not too worried. Oh shit! Why does this thing know Flame Punch? Oh well, it's over now and we finally have all the badges to finally make our way to the Elite Four and be the champion. We first have to pass through Champions Road, which takes less time than getting to Mount Coronet, by the way. I also use the remainder of my max repels there. Gold also wants to battle us, but you know how that goes. Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to lose. The damn Heracross. We finally take care of that Heracross and it's time to face the Elite Four. The first member of the Elite Four is a bug trainer, so like, really? It's the Elite Four and you use a guy that uses the worst typing? Oh, I wasn't aware of your game plan. After a few tries I was able to beat him not super easily. That damn Heracross again. This really doesn't bode well. I'm sure the next Elite Four member will be worse. Oh, okay. I will take these smooth wins, not gonna lie. It is now time to finally face off against the probably most problematic Elite Four member for this run. I am lucky that I have taught Waterfall and Surf to a few of my Glaceons, but they still have to survive. I spent a very long time on this guy, cause he has insufferable Pokemon, but I finally managed to beat him. It is now time for the final Elite Four member, who compared to the last one is just a pushover, so I beat him quickly and make my way to the champion, who is Cynthia. Whoa! So that's why she was so pushed as a character. I did forget to save and lose and have to beat up the 4th Elite Four member again. When I once again forget to save and have to lose to Cynthia again and have to fight the 4th Elite member again for like the 3rd time, I finally save. And I had lost so many times already, by the way, that my Pokemon were now level 70 and they still lost to Cynthia because of literally 2 Pokemon she has. And finally I leveled up my Pokemon to level 75 and I'm eventually able to beat her with that level with like only 2 Pokemon left. So that was really close. I did it. I bet this weird challenge that came to me in the shower. I think it was a fun little challenge, but it makes me realize that I truly have grown out of the Pokemon games. I just don't get the same satisfaction anymore I always remembered having with these games. I always thought these games had a lot of content, but replaying this game just made me realize Pokemon games have never actually been that big or special. They have just been JRPGs for kids and nothing more. If you take away the monster catching aspect of the game, there is literally nothing special about them. It's not even good. That realization does sadden me because that's part of me growing up. The games you just grow up with just sometimes become way more stale the more other games you play. Still, I did have a lot of fun with this challenge and I do want to do more challenges for each generation. So I hope you're looking forward to that. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.